Welcome to the 10-minute episodes of Everything Sports with Aman and Evan. We're coming out every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Today's topic is going to be about the MLB opt-out and opt-in deadline, as well as the managerial changes that we've seen so far this offseason. But first, we'll talk about the players who opted out of their contracts. Eduardo Rodriguez opting out of his 3 years, $49 million deal, 3.30 ERA, 1.153 WHIP, 134 ERA plus, and a 3.66 WHIP this season. Very, very good season for him. His first really great season for him in his career. This could be the start of possibly his stardom in MLB. Diamondbacks, Braves, Tigers, Orioles, and Astros are top five fits, in my opinion. Those teams are looking for a top end starter that can help them out a ton, like Eduardo Rodriguez, if he can keep this going. Marcus Stroman opting out of his 1 year, $21 million deal. Of course, he had a great season, all-star season with 3.95 ERA, 1.259 WHIP, 113 ERA plus, and a 3.58 FIP. Now, I do think that Marcus Stroman is going to get a little bit more attention than Eduardo Rodriguez this offseason because Marcus Stroman is more proven than Eduardo Rodriguez, although Eduardo Rodriguez didn't have such a great season this year. Giants, Red Sox, Orioles, Phillies, and Cardinals will be looking for Marcus Stroman as well as a bunch of other teams that need a pitcher like Marcus Stroman who can either add some depth to their rotation or give them a top end starter that they need desperately, like the Red Sox, Cardinals, Cubs, and Orioles. The guys who've exercised their player options. Andrew Heaney, of course, exercised his option. 1 year, $13 million, 4.15 ERA, 1.378 WHIP, 107 ERA plus, and a 4.66 FIP. A big part in that Rangers championship run. Of course, he was the number two starter for most of the season after they lost a lot of their guys. Backing up Jordan Montgomery, of course, he had a great season as well, leading them to the World Series championship. Congratulations to them and Bruce Bochy. He had a 4.15 ERA, 1.378 WHIP, 107 ERA plus, and a 4.66 FIP. Now, of course, when they do get DeGrom and Scherzer back, the team will be absolutely insane. DeGrom, Scherzer, Montgomery, and Heaney, as well as John Gray as a fifth guy. It's absolutely insane, in my opinion. Other guys who have exercised their player option are Josh Bell, Ross Stripling, Michael Conforto, Matt Carpenter, Omar Narvaez, and Drew Smiley. Guys who decline their player options and become free agency. This is where things get interesting. Like Cody Bellinger declining his mutual option of 1 year, $25 million. He had a 307 slash line, 307, 356, 525 slash line, 26 homers, 97 RBIs, and 5 outs above average. It's an absolutely great season for him. A little bit of a resurgence for him, which is definitely needed for him. And I think that teams like the Cubs, Giants, Phillies, Brewers, and Yankees can use a center fielder, especially lefty center fielder who can absolutely mash. Those teams are looking out for him. And I think the Giants will be probably the top suited for him because they do definitely need some help. They need some star power on their team. Although Cody Bellinger is not exactly a superstar, but they can use a guy Cody Bellinger who can mash and play some great, great defense out in center field. Justin Turner declined his 1 year, $13.4 million player option. 276, 345, 455 slash line, 23 homers, 96 RBIs. Of course, he also is a power guy that most teams can use. And I think a lot of teams will be interested in him. Of course, he left the Dodgers this offseason, went to the Red Sox, declined his option now, will be in free agency yet again. But I think there are a lot of suitors for him. And I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if the Dodgers do go back and get him because that's just a Dodgers thing to do, to go back and get their guys that did well for them and that can absolutely mash. Dodgers love those power hitting guys. Jorge Soler declined his 1 year, $13 million option. 250 average, 341 on base, and 512 slugging, 36 homers and 75 RBIs. Of course, like I said, a lot of these teams can use some power bats. Marlins, Giants, Blue Jays, Mariners, and Guardians can definitely use his services. And my other guys who have declined their player options are Mike Clevenger, Nick Martinez, Hector Neris, Seth Lugo, Whit Merrifield, and Adam Ottavino, as well as Wade Miley. The guys who have had their club options exercised, we got Kyle Hendricks. Cubs exercised his 1 year, $16.5 million option, which doesn't come as a surprise. He had a great season with 3.74 ERA, 1.204 WHIP, 120 ERA plus, and a 3.81 FIP. Especially since they are probably going to lose Marcus Stroman, this is absolutely key for them to keep Kyle Hendricks. keep a guy that can be a top of the end guy, top of the end rotation guy. That's really necessary for them, I believe. Of course, they want to try to keep Marcus Stroman or go and sign Blake Snell, go and sign Yamamoto, some guy that can give them some boost at the top end of the rotation, which they desperately need. The Twins exercised their player option or third team option for Max Kepler, 1 year, $10 million, 260 average, 332 on base, and 484 slugging. Of course, 24 homers and 66 RBIs. Of course, he's such a key part to those Twins. Always has been and always will be. Jose Leclerc coming off an absolutely insane season. Of course, a key part in the Rangers winning the World Series. 2.68 ERA, 1.140 WHIP, 1.67 ERA plus, 3.62 FIP, and 4 saves in the regular season, and 4 of 5 saves in the playoffs. Absolutely great for him. Great for them to keep him. Alex Cobb staying with the Giants. All-star season of 3.87 WHIP, 3.87 ERA, 1.322 WHIP, 109 ERA plus, and a 4.01 FIP. It's absolutely huge for the Giants, as they do need to keep Alex Cobb as one of the two guys that actually did pitch for them the whole season as starting pitcher. Logan Webb and Alex Cobb so far is a rotation kind of. They will try to add Stroman or Yamamoto or even Snell, honestly, but they do need to add some pitching depth in order to compete. Jorge Polanco, Chad Green, Yan Gomes, Blake Treinen, Brooks Riley, Charlie Morton, John Birdie, and Chad Green all had their team options extended. Now, the guys who had their club options declined included Joey Votto. 1 year, $20 million was declined. It was really, really sad now to see him no longer going to be on the Reds, more than likely. Of course, he will be a Hall of Famer, for mostly known as Cincinnati Red. 17 seasons, 1 MVP, 6 All-Star appearances, and 1 Gold Glove. This guy was just such an amazing player. We will have to see, though, if he does stay in baseball, which I believe he will. Guys like the Blue Jays, Astros, Yankees, Padres, and Reds can use him. Of course, the Yankees can use him. Yankees can use any lefty power hitter. Joey Votto is exactly that. White Sox declining their option for Tim Anderson. Honestly, not surprising. Tim Anderson did struggle. 254, 286, 296 slash line, 1 homer, 25 RBIs. Marlins and Guardians could use his services, but I could see other teams coming in, try to fix him up. And the White Sox declining their option for Liam Hendricks, 1 year, $15 million. It kind of does suck because he did come off cancer, obviously. It's so great to see him back in the league, but no longer going to be a White Sox, but he is going to get a lot of guys looking at him and try to revive his career after being out for most of the season this year. But I think that he still is a great pitcher. Seems like the Royals, Rockies, Padres, Dodgers, and Mets who can use a bullpen guy, a top-of-the-end bullpen guy, closer maybe even. Liam Hendricks probably still can be. Those teams will definitely be eyeing a guy like Liam Hendricks. And, of course, a lot of other guys have hit the free agency market after their teams have declined the club options. But now we'll head over to the managers. First, we got the Cleveland Guardians signing Stephen Vogt as their manager. I believe in Stephen Vogt, just like the Guardians do, just like the A's do, just like Giants fans do. Everyone believes in Stephen Vogt. I mean, just an amazing, amazing human being. Amazing, amazing baseball knowledge. I mean, he really has everything you can ask for as a manager. Respected by everyone around the league. Local leader. Obviously great at managing pitching staff as a former catcher. And he builds deep and meaningful relationships with everyone he meets. And I think that's really important as a manager. You have to build relationships with your players, like the Giants. I don't think many guys build relationships with Kepler because, Kepler, although he's a pretty nice guy, I think it's just hard for guys to relate to him, hard for guys to really, honestly, even respect him because they just weren't doing anything. They weren't winning ball games. They struggled a ton. I think that's what Stephen Vogt gives a different perspective. I think that's why Stephen Vogt was a top guy in the Giants managerial search before they got the option to interview Bob Melvin, of course, sign Bob Melvin as their manager. And now the Cubs signing Craig Counsell as their manager, the highest paid manager in MLB history, 5 years, $40 million. It's an absolute bag for Craig Counsell. He's earning even more than Ozzie Albies, which is absolutely insane. Ozzie Albies getting paid $35 million over 7 years, so $5 million per year versus Craig Counsell's $8 million per year, and even less time than Ozzie Albies. Absolutely insane contract. But he is definitely well-deserved for Craig Counsell. 9 seasons with the Brewers, 5 playoff appearances, 3-time division champ, 707 and 625 record. I mean, it's well deserved for Craig Counsell, but I don't know. I'm not sure if he can get the job done because he's had a decent team with the Brewers this whole time. I mean, nothing super spectacular. Of course, Yelich as their superstar, but Yelich has fallen off a little bit, and I'm not sure if he can do anything with the Cubs because the Cubs have a weaker pitching staff. They don't really have a whole lot of talent over there. Dansby's obviously really good. Nico Horner is decent. I mean, they have some good players there, but they don't have a Yelich that they can rely on. They don't have a superstar that they can rely on, MVP type guy for them to build around. And I think that's going to hurt them a little bit. And that's why I'm kind of curious why they signed Craig Counsell, or even why Craig Counsell want to go there, because it's a tough job. We'll have to wait and see. But let me know what you guys think about this potential offseason. Who you guys think your team's going to sign, or who you think's going to go where? Like Shohei Ohtani, Yamamoto, Blake Snell, all those guys. Let me know your thoughts on this upcoming free agency. And we will have more baseball content coming up soon, of course, with the GM meetings going on right now and the winter meetings due up in a month. We'll see you guys on Wednesday.